Do you think that this Brady, Dolphins, Sean Payton thing is not a big-time national story? It feels like the only people really talking about it are us and the people of South Florida, is because no one at ESPN has really ran with it.
Well, I think, and I know Florio was saying no one at NFL Network's touched it either because of how touchy a subject it is for an owner and a team or what have you. And, obviously I'll always push back on that sentiment. I've never been ever censored. Honestly, we talk about everything here on this show. I've never gotten a single call saying we might want to stop with that one.
Of course, but Adam Schefter and Jeff Darlington
I think
and
part
Ian
of the reason
are not
why,
running with
and
it.
part of the reason why people aren't running is it's Brady's involved. It's Brady who's involved. And so
They weren't afraid to falsely report that he's retiring.
Well, they didn't falsely report it. They actually reported it, and it happened. So that's the accurate.
He didn't actually say the word retirement.
He said he was stepping away from the game.
That's not a retirement.
Well, as it turned out, it was somebody didn't retire. Look, I mean, part of it also is the fact that two very powerful players in this league, in Brady and Payton, have moved on. They've gone on to other different things.
But only because of the Brian Flores lawsuit. Like you heard Mike say, this was a done deal. He was going to be the Dolphins quarterback and part owner. And Sean Payton was going to be paid probably more than Bill Belichick to be the head coach, which is crazy.
That would have been wild, man. It would have been part and parcel of the whole hell going on month of March. If Brady unretired and said, you know what, the minute the Buccaneers went and filled that role, he'd say, you know what, I want to play again. So the Bucs would be more inclined to make a deal and strike a deal.
And then a first-round pick because they would have had to have traded for Sean Payton. It's bananas.
Well, I mean, Brady could wind up still in ownership of the Miami Dolphins anyway. Do you think Fox would have a problem with him being an owner of a team and being in the booth? Of course not.
That nice
of course not.
75.
No, right. I mean, they'll still be happy to have Brady in the booth. I think Brady could absolutely. The only thing that Brady can't do when he's the lead analyst for Fox on the NFL on Fox is also play quarterback. That he can't do.
Right.
But he can absolutely still be a minority owner of the Miami Dolphins. I don't think the Fox would have a problem with that. Would you listen to Brady less call the games of a Miami Dolphin game? No. I mean, everybody knows.
I don't think he would be put on Dolphins games, but
maybe not. Maybe not.
I think Brady becoming an owner seems incredibly likely.
I think he can afford it. I think he can absolutely afford it.
Yeah.
So
it was just kind of struck me. It's like ESPN really hasn't been covering this at all, and I think that's why it's not.
Well, it's also, I think, very difficult to confirm it because nobody is probably talking about it. And, bottom line is the reason why things aren't reported completely out is because folks don't have the information nailed down. Right.